we're gonna start the like retopology process, but for those who've seen my other videos, we're not going to be really conventional. We're going to use mostly decimations and things of that nature. So yeah, okay. Um, the way that I proceed normally is to split things into their own materials, because so there's going to be like 2-3 rules, I'd say. One of the rule is going to be that we're going to make sure to never have a high res that is above 25 million polygons, and this is mostly relating to the specs of my computer, right? So if you want to know the specs of my computer, just go on the description of the Discord channel. I wrote the information there. You can access this with the links at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, so basically 25 million for the high res per piece, and 1.3 million for the retopology, for the low poly, let's say, per piece as well. So like, first of all, it's going to be a matter of like what we divide in what. So the first section is going to be about sorting things. And yeah, so actually there's also the step of cleaning the file if I have any layers or things of that nature. So let me just go quickly through it. So I'll just start from the bottom, and I'll basically just hold my finger on the up key until I see that there's a layer that pops. There we go, there's one here. So bake, we're baking everything. There's nothing that I put on layers that I did not want to have on the final result. So yep, we're gonna basically bake everything we see. Actually, something also you can do is up, click, and I mean click on bake all. But the one thing though is if you have a layer that's in recording mode, it's by baking it, you're gonna actually change its color and material to, maybe not the material, but you're going to change its color to full black. So you have to be careful with that. Like not losing the poly paint. For me, this character is going to be important. It's going to be important to keep the poly paint on, because the poly paint will be used. Oops, the poly paint will be used for will be used for the ID maps of the character in the texturing software afterwards. So yeah, at first I was thinking of oh wait, did I go through everything? Yeah, I'll just keep my finger on the down button. Actually, I can just go in solo mode and see like everything that it's shuffling through. Yeah, okay, alright. Up again, this time I check for morph targets. Morph targets is not that much of a big deal, but I'd rather just have like a fully clean file. Check the chat soon. There's going to be like some periods of like waiting time on this stream here, so I'm reserving that time to check the chat, and in case you're wondering. Okay, all right. Well, that's clean. That's clean. I think right off the bat, I'll just save it as a 19, and this is going to be called prep bake. Thanks for the follow. So, the next step, yeah, we're gonna sort things. I mean, it's gonna be hard to sort things by material because there was a lot of pieces of this character that were that were meant to be sorry, that was like the polypaint is applied on the mesh. It's not like individual meshes. And for me, this is like an important distinction in my process. As far as I can see for this character, first of all, we're going to remove one of the arms. Boom, there we go. I don't need to have the extra arm. I'll add it later in the low mesh. So yeah, I mean, we can put all of the skin and eyes together for sure, but the rest of the character is like a mishmash of the same materials coming back. So I think that like in with that idea, it's going to be probably easier to just sort things out by sections, let's say. So we'll just have to kind of like do a kind of like a broad guess of like what would be a good division section of the character. I'm getting rid of a few subtools right now. I forgot to check if I actually had extra subtools left. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I just wanted to have the cleanest file possible. Okay, so let's grab the head. I'm actually just making them disappear so that I know that I did take care of these meshes. So by disappearing, there we go. Oops, little glitch here. Well, actually, what? You know what? Let me put them all at the bottom. So I'm holding Shift and this like below arrow key. Whoop, just to make them drop to the bottom of the list. There we go. Drop down here. Okay, so now we see there's no more skin section, so I know they're all at the bottom of my list. And yeah, so I can just match them together now. I can just merge them. Quickly, okay, just want to do a little check for myself. Is the resolution good enough for baking? I think it will be, yeah, because I don't... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need more than that, because I don't intend on doing like super close-up screenshots. It's like a bit lacking in details to do really close-ups. It was never the intention, so yep. All right. Looks good. Looks good. The eyes. You see, the eyes I could actually kind of like to save on this on space. The quick little thing I can do is just remove a bit of that mesh. I'm not gonna do that for everything because like it takes a lot of time. But maybe I can cut and I can save on UV space by removing just parts of meshes that are easy to remove. Like see this one, yeah, this should be good. We can get rid of the subdivision levels as well. Yeah, you see like this one has like something under here that I really don't give a I don't give it a hoot. Oops, it was not completely removed. Okay, this is gonna help a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to do that for everything. This is just to give you an example mostly. This is a kind of like a time-consuming thing to do. Oh, you see I removed too much here. It's kind of a time-consuming thing to do, and this is not going in the spirit of what I'm trying to achieve here, which is just getting some quick results. But nonetheless, this is all good. So once again, just checking the resolution. Maybe the arms here is a bit squarish. I'm gonna subdivide here as well. But I'm gonna decimate anyway, just to make sure I'm under 25 million, so it's not really a big deal. Here I'm gonna decimate as not decimate, but subdivide. I mean. Okay. So let's merge down now. Okay, so how much million do we have for this piece, for example? It seems like we're at 8, if that's right. Sometimes I like to clone and to look at it into its own file. Yeah, 7.5. So you see, this is going to be very good for baking. So it's already cloned into its own ZTL. So what I'm going to do is duplicate it right away and bake it. Not bake it, decimate it. So let's decimate, use and keep polypaint, pre-process current, and there we go. Let's check the chat. What's Claudino? Hello, Pistol Pete. Bon matin, jeune homme. Bon matin, ma belle brebis. What's up, bro? How are you doing? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I don't want to bump in the conversation. It's fine. Torch P, hello there. All right, APS wrong message reply here. Jumbige morning. Hey. Good morning. Good morning. Noon, evening, covering all your bases. That's very good. Chubby Ghost. Good day. Good day. Good day to you too. Lenar Bialy. Yo. Well, yo to you as well. All right. So yeah, like I said, there's some like waiting time because of those decimations and such. So the idea is that some high res I might also need to decimate them because sometimes I end up like just like mashing everything in one piece, and it ends up going like a little bit above 25 million. And sometimes what I do, like, so let's say I have like 30 million or something, I'm just going to decimate at like 80% or something like that. And it's not even because it takes too long, it's because it just doesn't start. Like it feels there's like a threshold when it comes to baking in Substance, and if you actually have too much, it's just not going to decimate. Normally, I would be playing a little movie while waiting like this, because those are getting a bit long. Talking about movies, I just saw the TV show Severance. It's really freaking good. It really makes me think of the game Control and the game Stanley Parable, like mishmashed into like one like TV series. It's really good. It's really good. It also makes me think of like I find it has vibes of like the book Fahrenheit 451 at the beginning, just because it's kind of like it's like a future. You don't really know when it is in time, and but some things are like the same, some things are different. Um, it's really good. Severance is really great. And also, I just started yesterday night watching the new uh, the new Black Mirror season, and just the first episode is pretty good. So yeah, it's looking forward to this. Sponge D Bob, do you get artifacts for decimated mesh while baking, mostly on hard surface stuff? No, I get none actually, not with that technique. Not because you don't bake too low, so you end up like everything ends up having like a fine distribution of polygon, even if chaotic. All right, so decimated. Now my goal is to decimate at 1.3, so I'll just like I could go like 133 like this poly. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work though if I actually tell it like this. I think I'm just gonna go by hand. So I'm gonna guess 2% decimate current. See, this is my 2% decimated mesh now, and I'm at. See, I'm at 300K almost, which is much below what we need, and the resolution is already like it's already at the level that I need. I could go even lower than that. But this is fine. I think this is fine. I'll just keep it to this. It's been a while I used that technique, so I'm kind of like, I don't remember exactly what I'm looking for, but just judging by the silhouette of the thing, it's like the silhouette is fully there, which is mostly what you want. And it's not like a mesh that has a lot of silhouette anyway, but you see there's no facetization. I think we can actually just go with 200,000 for this character here. So I'll save this, I guess I'll create a render folder with, this one's going to be bake files. Whoop, and I'm going to put, this one's going to be called skin, for everything that's like skin, basically. So remember, we have the low, we have the high. The high is below 25 million, it's at 8, and the low is below 1.3 million, it's at 300,000. Like I said, if different specs of computer might require you to go lower, but yeah, the technique is the same though. And I'm actually going to delete this mesh from this file here, so that we know. So now the next division of things, like I could, like to save on UVs and stuff, I could also do things like just like having one leg, the same way I decide to only have one arm, like this. I didn't do it for this here because like the AO is going to be different on both, and it's going to suck on the arms, I mean. But like these, like they're not really affecting each other with the AO or anything, so like I could get rid of one of the legs actually. At some point, I did have the legs separate, but I did join them again. I didn't think about that at this point. Well, not that I didn't think about it, but it's kind of like stuff you can figure out just at the end. Oh, you see, they don't have the same poly paint actually. On some, anyways. So yeah, I'll just now I'll just go through everything, and oh, you see something else that I forgot to say at the beginning. You have to get rid of all of your dynamic subdivisions. Like right now, I'm just looking at like if this apply button. Yeah, there we go. Yep. I'm just gonna click apply on every time I click up, because yeah, when you're gonna export, if it's in dynamic subdivision, except if they changed it, but it's actually going to export the lowest level of dynamic subdivision, which you don't want, or else you're going to have baking artifacts. Well, more than baking artifacts, you're actually going to bake on a non-subdivided mesh. All right, so I'll hide the hand for a sec, and the arm. I'm going to focus on the leg portion here. So I'm basically removing symmetry, or you know what I could do actually, I could go much faster than that. The entire leg, I'm probably going to bake it as one file. I think I can get 25 million with the leg, so I'll just basically remove the body. Boom. Oh, the body comes with the thighs. Okay, well, you know what, let's start with that. So I'm going to actually merge visible this. Boom. So once it's merged, I'm gonna scratch one side. I'm gonna keep that here. Now I can get rid of the legs folder altogether. Delete all. Oh, it didn't like that. Is it gonna crash on me? Wow, it crashed. Okay. Ah, that's stupid. That's so stupid. Yeah. Alright. Oh boy. I got other software preloaded already. This is Rhizome, which we're gonna use. Rhizome. Don't know how to say it. Rhizome. I think it's made by a French person. Probably they pronounce it Rhizome. Alright, back to the drawing board. Let's check the chat again. So how do you know about cat anatomy? Did you just do it so much, or you have a ref open? It's the first time I do a cat. That's just because I had references. Actually, no, it's not true. I think it's the second time I do a cat. I did one for one of the Witcher pieces here that you have on top of my head. There's one of them that has a cat on it. I did a cat for this one. Boom. All right. So the thing that sucks now is that I actually had all my files deleted correctly. Now I have to go through again the things, the deletion. I think I saved after collapsing my layers though, so that we don't have to do again. It's my fault for not saving. I should have saved. But I didn't. I did not. Okay, so I'll go through these again. And we're going to see in the meantime if there was a layer somewhere, which it doesn't seem so far. So I'm literally pressing up and clicking on my mouse on the apply button for committing a dynamic subdivision into real subdivision. Okay, now I know I'm back at the beginning, so I'm just gonna press down, see if I missed one. And we are good. All right. So this time, no more mistakes. I'm gonna save. Did anybody get that reference? No more mistakes. Huh? Okay. Back to this. This is also a reference from somewhere. I'm full of references. All right. Merge visible. There you go. Remove one side. Yes, sir. I'm gonna save that one now, actually. Legs. Now let's get rid of the... I'm sure I can do delete all. Yeah, there we go. I can. It's just, for some reason, it didn't like it the first time. All right. So I'll grab pretty much everything that comes like under the crotch, and I'm gonna put it sorted out of this file here. This is something I could have done much earlier. Oops. I effed up. Okay, I think that's going to be all of what's close of the body now. There we go. So yeah, this is a good advantage of like organizing your things. I mean, right now it's kind of like an illustration of like me not sorting things the best that it could have been, because now I have to split those two sub sections together. But yeah. All right. So now everything that's here, merge them together. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just going merge down. I'm pretty confident it's not going to go higher than 25 million, and I know that my machine can handle merging a mesh like this. Anyways, let's delete the... Yeah, and by the way, I kind of like saw a message real quick about like deleting symmetry. Yeah, we can also do that in some instances that it's... See, modify topology, delete by symmetry. Boom, see? All right, let's bring this here. All right, so this mesh is, see, it's like 2.6 million for the entire leg. Like, it's not a heavy project that I'm working on, so it works. It's gonna work like a charm. I'm gonna fuse them together, merge them, if you want, for 7.3 million. And I didn't check if the resolution everywhere was fine, but it's the leg, so I kind of like don't give a crap. And you see, there's like problems in a few pieces, maybe. Mostly it's the leg, I have to remember that, so I don't need to be so stuck up about resolution, but I will be a little bit, since we have enough I'm going to take a few meshes, split them apart that I find are maybe a little bit under. Yeah, this one as well, this big piece. Maybe these are, I'm going to actually just give them a subdivision, but also like more roundness. So it's going to be a, like a smooth subdivision. This is fine. This is the back. We can do it for this one as well, maybe. Maybe these. I'm like gonna end up like subdividing everything after all. Oh boy. Yeah, these as well. These are fine. This is fine. This one I'm gonna do it. This one as well. Ah, my god, that's... Okay, alright. The rest is gonna be fine. This is good enough resolution. Let's see if I can actually get this one in as well. Alright, so let's subdivide. You see, like, this one has a back face. This is going to be lost, like, lost UV space, if I can say. But it's fine. It's not like a lot. These I'm gonna make sure there's no, yeah, there you go. And these are the one I said I would not subdivide. Okay, all right, there we go. So now I'm just gonna do a merge visible just to see how heavy this entire mesh is, if I'm like still under 25 million for the entire leg. We're at 16 million. So you see, even that is fine. Even with the subdividing of everything, we're still good. So yeah, that's good with me. I'm just gonna take my pen for a sec, and there's like something I didn't really polish last time because I didn't give it crap. But I'm just gonna see if I can just do it real quick. It's like flattening a bit like these. I went super quick with that piece. That piece is so dirty. Don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, this is basically just me going too fast. But at the same time, it's not really going to show at the end. Not for the intended purposes, at the very least. Yeah, this is the one thing that I was like, yeah, that's a very subpar quality. Okay, all right. So now we have this leg. We can basically delete our other this thing here. Save it under leg. We're going to do another decimation. Boom. Going to save this file as well. All right, so duplicate. And go into the summation. Keep. Boom. There we go. And now I read the chat. How many hours until this point? But I answered that question last time. What was it again? It's like a week worth, 8 hours per day. Like 5 times 8 hours, I think. I mean, you just check the videos on YouTube that I posted. You'll see I posted from A to Z this project. Oh, and so if anyone wants to look at this project in its integrality. Well, if you want to see the integral project or any of the other thing that we do, you just go at the bottom of the screen, right there, bottom of the screen. There's 2 links. There's my personal link and the link of my company. Some go to the same place, some links go to the same place, and you can actually check all the videos we did on YouTube. You can buy stuff in our shop, like tutorials or whatever, if you want to learn, or if you just want to encourage us. And you can learn about Neobocalypse, which is the universe I'm working on right now. We have some cool updates coming about the lore and everything. I'm super excited about that. As always, it's my my big project. So yeah, so just check it out. Check it out. Hey, thanks for the sub. That's very cool. Blender DAC. Blender DAC. Thanks for the sub. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so next question. Okay, well, he's already answering my question. If you have a model that have multiple materials, cloth, leather, metal, skin, you separate them by material, decimate, bake, and shading and substance. Preferably, I like to split in different materials, but like this character, all the materials are kind of like I mean, they're not like really well divided. They're all like, it's a bit of like a mishmash, so it's kind of like hard to split per material, so we're not going to split per material. And the difference in my workflow in between separating per material and just separating per section like I'm doing right now, like per section, like this leg is a section. Whereas when I removed all of the skin and put it in one, it's like more like a per material um, mentality. At the end, it's not going to change really much. It's just going to make, like, if you don't separate per material, it just makes um, I think it makes the substance painter file heavier at the end, like a little bit heavier. It's really not like a big deal. It's more like a preference thing also, because if you have like a lot of materials on one section, well, in substance you need to have a lot of folders as well, right? So it can maybe like slow like things down a bit, but not by that much, I'd say. Sir Gaz, hello bro, missing work. Well, thank you. Do Milech. Hello Chaos. Well, hello to you too. Charles Eduardo Art. Amazing dude. Well, thanks. You're welcome. Please Discord channel as well. Check Discord channel as well. Jumbidge, we should actually hire you to be a networking person. That's cool. Let's continue. T-pose, mesh, delete one side. Okay, I'm not sure what that's for. It's been a while. ZBrush crashes for me every time I use Sculptus Pro. Oh yeah, it does. Jumpish, can't you delete by symmetry? Yeah, that's the middle message I saw quickly earlier. Is Resume UV also good for organic stuff? I mostly hear people use it for hard surface. I mean, I'm not sure because I mostly use it with just um, the automated functions, and for me, I don't care where the seams are. Not with my technique. With my technique, it's kind of like because like we're going to use mostly like triplanar projection in substance, and it doesn't really matter where your UVs are. I mean, a little bit, but not enough to really hurt your process. So yeah, that's my answer. Can you do that with Subtool Master? Do visible, apply dynamic subdivision? There's, well, you know what? There's maybe a way with, now I cannot scroll down right now because it's processing, but there's like apply to all option. That's like, there's one in deformation, but there's also one in geometry or the Subtool tab. I'm not sure. Maybe you can do like apply and then do apply to all, actually. Yeah, that's true. Maybe. I'm not sure if it works, but that would be the idea, I guess. Delete higher and divide. Thanks for sharing this technical stuff, Marco. Hey, my pleasure, Daniel. Jumbage, I'll be glad. Well, I was saying that more jokingly, but I don't know. Maybe we can see. We can think about it. Maybe there's a way to coexist. By the way, so nobody got the reference that I said earlier. It was I don't even remember the reference I said. I think it was a Megadeth song. The Discord server is growing pretty fast. How are you managing it? Well, no, that's the thing. It's growing. It grew fast. Now it's a little less. Thing is, like, um, we don't have like we've been having a pretty difficult, well, not difficult, busy year at Chaos Masons, and we couldn't invest ourselves as much as we did last year with the Discord server. But it's still like a place. I still check everything, like once at the very least once per week. I go on the Discord server and I answer the questions there. Some questions are easier to answer, some are pretty complex, and it's more like, it's kind of like you need to do a course if you want to actually understand that knowledge. But people help each other, and it's really great. And also, I check all the portfolios that people people send their artwork there. I really check everything, and I use this to hire people as well. The same way that like when we send job offerings on our Discord, well, we check everything. And I mean, we've been hiring a lot of people at Chaos Masons with that process. So yeah, join the Discord, and it's also a way for you to follow our newsletter and that sort of stuff. Like we have the newsletter on the website, we have the the emails that I send with the newsletters on the website, but we have also the Discord where we spread the good word there. Actually, what I'm maybe looking for right now is someone that can actually take recordings of like my video from Twitch, or maybe not take them from Twitch. I would send them like the high resolution files that I'm recording, but I would need somebody to like create like clips that actually kind of like shows the good parts of each stream sessions that I do, and make a little like 30-45 second video. Or right now I'm working on making them myself, but I'm kind of like, this is something I'm thinking about maybe checking out if people are interested to do. So yeah, okay, so we got this. Let's estimate at 2% again. So this is the resolution we have at 2%. It feels a bit low. We're at, you see, we're at 600. I could go twice as high. So 4%. And it's, yeah, it's closer to something that feels reasonable. So the facetization, that we don't care, it's going to get smoothed out with the baking. And we're at 1.3. Yeah. There we go. So you see, this is probably going to be fine. Also, with the way we're baking, there's not really any like projection issues and stuff, so this is fine. All right, legs. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open. I'm going to make sure to turn off the poly paint. I'm going to keep the poly paint on the high res and no poly paint on the low mesh, because this is going to be important for when exporting the bake. So saving that. Saving the leg. Boom and boom. And then next, I'm going to do the body part here. So we're gonna actually like go the opposite direction this time. All high. Hey, why is this mesh so low? It's like it lost its. Huh. That's weird. It's like it lost its subdivisions. There's also something weird about this little section here. Let's open older files and see if I can retrieve. Weird. What is the link to Discord? You just click on the link at the bottom of the screen, and there's going to be the link for Discord right there. Yeah, I still lost it on this file. Okay, let's go back in time more than that. The 13. The Discord. Have you have any project that requires render farm? No, I don't. I have thought render farms is just for movies or cinema, but in game industry, will there be a demand? No, not that I know of. And even for my rendering, I just render with my computer, and I just figure a way to render at night, because I don't do really like animations and stuff. So you see, 13, I'm still okay. I still got this thing, but I don't have the poly paint. So let's just click on 15. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll have the poly paint and the resolution. Perito Peruno. Hi, Chaos. Well, hello there. Hello. Okay, so that's good. I got it here. Boom. Let's replace it here. Yeah, I really don't know how I lost the resolution on that piece. That's weird. Okay, I'll subdivide it even more though. That's fine. That piece kind of like came off. I'll just put it back. Yeah, there we go. Works well. Separate it from this one. This one I'm gonna subdivide. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like subdivide right now my pieces. This I can subdivide a bit more. This mesh as well, might as well. It's the back, it's not really important, but I have a feeling I am gonna have enough resolution with this. This right off the bat I'm gonna subdivide. This is a huge piece. This looks good, this looks good. This I can subdivide one more. Same for this one. This looks so disgusting. But we're not really gonna see this, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, resolution for the rest seems good enough. Maybe the backpack. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. Let's merge visible this. How many million do we have? See, 13 million. There's like, I would have even like more resolution. Oh well, this piece maybe might have needed it, so let me delete this and go back. Let's give it 2 shots. This one, since it's near the head, maybe an extra one. This one an extra one. This one an extra one. And you get an extra one. And you get an extra one. They call me the Oprah of 3D. Just giving away extra subdivisions to all my subtools. Oh, little rivets here. You guys don't hear, but in the background I'm listening to the soundtrack of Red Dead Redemption, so I'm living a pretty epic moment right now. Alright, I think that's going to be good. Merge visible. A boom, 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 a boom, a boom, boom. 20 million. See, we're pretty good. I'm going to do one last thing. Just saw, this is me being capricious. I just subdivided this here. Merge visible one last time. We are good. So let's save that. Let's call it, oops. Render torso. Let's remove it from the list here, delete all. Or we're just going to be missing the mechanical arm, and we'll be good. So yeah, this character, I didn't do any pose. I just felt he was cool enough in his like basic pose. All right, so decimate, 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 decimate. Pre-process. Let's go. Let's go. I think I can do a better a Mario Let's Go than that, but I think I have to scream a bit, and I think it's going to make the the levels of the sound break. My kid loves it. Every time we get in the car, I do like the full-on Mario Let's Go. This is looking awesome. Well, thank you, Perito. I do use it for organic. I find it really comfortable. Oh wait, was there a question here? Oh yeah, okay. About Rism, I guess. Do you work with dynamic subdiv on some cases? Yes, a lot of these pieces were in dynamic subdiv, especially the ones like the cylinders, like the little like module and stuff, like everything that's kind of like a how can I say, everything that's like a blueprint-ish thing, especially when I work with the Z modeler for those. But for most of the things that are about the shapes of the character, I always approach it in a very organic way. This is my process, or this is my style, let's say. And when I approach something organically, it's more like either a dynamesh, or like subdivided mesh that I hand sculpt. Hey, so good to see you live again, Marco. I hope you're doing well, doing great. Well, I hope you're doing great as well. Polygestalt. Gestalt. Do you drag people with your horse? Do I drag people with my horse? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do it. I get the do it part though. Do it. Palpatine in Star Wars. It's so weird how he says it. Do it. Marco, did you ever experience viewport glitch in ZBrush, like disappearing models after rotating around it? I'm having this issue for quite a while now, and I'm driving me nuts. I don't know, but I would guess that because I think it happened to me once, and my guess would be that like your mesh is like too big for the viewport. What I do, and this is maybe the reason why it never really happened to me, is I always make sure that the character I'm working on are kind of like the size of the starting star or the starting cube that you have. Like if you go here in Z tool, and if you would take like the polymesh tool, Z tool maybe, I try to have them be as big as like this star actually, because like if you stay within that boundary, it's pretty much like the size. Gaju crew, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, you said I'm listening to the Red Dead Redemption soundtrack. Yes, absolutely. No, I am a sweetheart in Red Dead Redemption. I am the good guy. I'm always the good guy. I feel like Palpatine thought this is my last turn at this character. I gotta go ham. I think so. Little did he know. Do it. I will expect that. Yes, I think you should do that. Um, Darth Vader Chaos redesign. Yeah, I think I thought about that. I thought about that. I thought about that. You think I should do it? Fucking stupid. Also, like, by the way, I don't know for like people like, cause I listen to the Game Grumps sometimes, and I know there's like the whole shtick about that, so I'm conscious of that while making that joke. Oh, Rayane, is that? It's the Rayane that I know. Hello, hello. Nice to have you join the stream today. We're at 60% right now. It's still taking a bit of time, but it's fine. It's good. We've been streaming for how much time now? An hour. All right, an hour. Within an hour, we will have done. Well, no, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. We will have done the decimation. Maybe a bit of UVs after. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna make for the most exciting clip video. But yeah, no, that's the idea. That's what I was talking about earlier, where like we're gonna probably just like try to make like clips of every video that I record. So like when there's like a session where I show like a cool little like section, we can just concentrate on that section. Or sometimes it can be like a clip to show the integrality. Sorry, I have the hiccups. The integrality of the session that was recorded. That's kind of like the idea I'm trying to get at. Cedric is working on a few clips of like precise parts of like the characters. So yeah, he's also working on a few things. Basically, we're trying to up our social media game a little bit more, whilst uh, taking care of the company and the other projects and everything. Like me, it's taking me a lot of time. The whole like neo apocalypse thing, working on the elementalists. It's yeah, it's time consuming actually. Also, I'm thinking of sometimes recording sessions of me working on the elementalists, and especially when there's like there's some stuff that I know like people are asking me to show that I don't really get like often the opportunity to show. One of them is I've seen this question come back earlier, not earlier, but lately. It's the one about sculpting hair. The one about sculpting hair. It's because I got this little like technique, and I'm thinking of just like recording little sessions to show. Um, and using the character that I'm working on right now, the next in the Elementalist series. Hair and folds are painful to do. Yep, well, for sure. But hair is yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's all about having like a good like method or technique, right? The hair, I basically I do them by hand. Because we're talking about like sculpted hair, right? I'm not talking about making hair like with hair cards and such. Um, Folds, yeah, they are painful as well, but you have to know like a few techniques. I mean, Marvelous is of course one of the tools to use, but there's a lot of simulation tools and well, simulation brushes in ZBrush that I really like that I shown during me during the frog character that I shown. It's all stuff, like I said, it's all stuff you can look at the YouTube link at the bottom of the screen and go check it out. It's all archived there. Swami Harinath. Hello. The Pacifico art. Hair would be cool. It's good to know. Your Deus Ex Woman character's cloth was done by ZBrush or Marvelous Designer. This one was done by hand. Or no, I think her pants was done in Marvelous, and the jacket was done by hand. Because the jacket was like a very like synthetic like material. It was kind of like hard to get what I wanted in Max. In Marvelous. Uh, Thank you. I'm so interested in your process. Well, Ray, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to have you on board. Sculpting a mafia chair and have the hand sculpt all folds. Okay. All right. Boom. We are here. We are here. We are. So now, oh, this is what I decimated. Okay. No, wait. Decimate current. I didn't duplicate. I'm just gonna have to do a undo and duplication. But let's just figure out how to get my 1.3 million mesh. So we see we're at 1.6. 1.6 is still doable. It's not super over. Like it's really like the 25 million. That's the one that's difficult. Ah, there's something here that I don't like. There's clipping. I didn't do that. Oh, it sucks. I think I'm gonna leave it like this though. I don't want to change it at this point. Okay, 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 okay. 1.6. Am I going for 1.6 or am I trying lower? Resolution is fine. It's kind of like borderline. 1.6? You know what? Let's try like 3.5. At 1.4. Yeah, I see. I'll take this. So duplicate that, and this one I'm gonna undo until I have my full resolution. No, don't save yet. Boom. All right. All right. So this is going to be the high res, and this is going to be the low res. Kill. Oh, there's like some. Oh, there's some fucked up things right there. Oh. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna have to fix this. So let's actually I'm gonna go back in symmetry. I'm just gonna like symmetrize. So make in symmetry this whole mesh. This one also. Just in case. Just in case. Oh, you're not gonna crash on me. Okay, all right. Back to this. I'm gonna fix those meshes. These ones as well. I'm gonna have to check the legs also if I effed it up. See, there's like floaters here. This is because I kind of like used a Kid Bash mesh and I didn't like prep it. So there's like floaters everywhere. Okay, did I do... How did I do for the rest? Okay, this here also, there's some weird stuff. What if I... Oh, yeah. That might actually create artifacts later. I need to fix it for this as well. Wow. Is there any left? No, I think that's just it. That's good. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So what we'll do is we'll remove the same pieces on the high res here. But these, you see, these were not separated in the. So these are actually like easier to just make disappear. This. That was it. Split. So what I'll do is, oh, it came with the handle. I don't want the handle. Handle can stay with the high res. So what I'm going to do with this to fix it, I'm just going to dynamesh it super high. Higher than that. But since I'm at 4K now, I can't go higher, but you know what you can do? You can put it at 4K, then you can size up your model, then Dynamesh, and then size down to, it was plus 100 and then minus 100. So now the resolution is like much better, and it doesn't have like those like artifacts here, so we're good. All right. We're going to duplicate this because we're actually going to Dynamesh, not Dynamesh, decimate these to 3.5 like we did. And like I said, I'm going to do a quick check on the leg if I didn't do the same thing, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have meshes like this on the other one. All right, decimated, and now this one is going to join the low mesh. These are going to disappear, and these are going to be part of my high res. All right, so. See, all good. Make files, torso, save. All right. And I said that I wanted to check on my skin. Oh, what is this thing here? Oh, it's the file that I used to. Yeah, I can close this. Yeah. So my leg. Did I have a problematic mesh on my leg like this? No, I didn't. Okay, we're all good. Last part. Last part. So there's the mech arm. Am I going to have the entire mech arm in one section? I do not think so. I think I'm going to have to do it in 2 or 3. The hand is already in one, so I could just take the entire hand and make it one mesh. Like so. How many million is that? 16 for the hand? What? 16 million for the hand, really? Yeah, 16 for the hand. Wow, I really went high res. Well, I mean, the hand is basically like the size of like the entire character, so it's I shouldn't be that surprised. All right, we'll do the hand like this in its own file. I doubt I can join more things to the hand without making it too heavy. And just to be curious, let's just see how many million this arm is if I merge visible. Maybe it's like 25 flush, and I don't need to split it. Wow, it's 25 flush almost. And the resolution, I think the resolution for the arm I actually went higher. Well, there's like the joint, this part of the joint here that's a bit facetized. Sorry. The rest of the resolution is actually pretty good already. Let's just remove these parts of the. This here looks facetized, but it's baked in my object. I'm gonna keep it like that because I'm lazy. I'm gonna check the chat very soon because I'm going to have another baking, not baking, but decimation process soon. Still facetized. That's just getting really heavy just for that. I have to get it like at 1 million. It's at 6 right now. I think I'm going to decimate like this part here. And it's going to be a decimation baked in the high res. If I do that, it means that I have to make sure to not decimate by too much because it has to have the resolution necessary for a bake. Jumpige. Every time you have an idea, you should have a voice in your head that says, "Just do it." Yes, I think I should. Then I go crazy in 2 weeks. Frog. Hi everyone. Bustoke, oh my god, by hand, amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's like some stuff. I figure that like it's good to know how to do it by hand. I mean, simulations are really good, but the problem is that people use simulations, and they just don't really like clean it up. And if you ask them to do like a revision, they're kind of like, oh well, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like what's happening a little bit with like AI art and stuff. It's like it does like something really good, right? But if you need to change it, well, then you need to have like the skills to also like paint over and fix it and all that bunch of stuff. So like in the future where like this is really present, people still will need to actually have like a good understanding foundation of art, even if like maybe the tools are going to change. So it's really important to have an artistic like background. I mean, people used scan at some point. The scans became one of the industry standards, but we still need like people that are good at sculpting. I mean, I know this. I mean, we're working on so many projects that are asking us to create like bodies, and scans are not enough. I mean, you need to work on them. Why am I blurry? Well, why did I become blurry all of a sudden? Okay, whatever. You know what? I'm going blur. I thought the ornaments you used on the frog armor and pulled off my best looking armor till this date. Thanks for sharing your process. That series is the best. Hey, it's my pleasure. That's why I do this, to share my knowledge. So, my pleasure. I think there's a video of the archangels that you were performing some hair techniques. Very useful comment. Yes, you are correct. There is a video of the archangels that I showed the hair process, but I feel like it's kind of like old and I need to change it. Not that the technique is old, it's the same technique, but I'll try to do a more concise one. I think that's what I'm trying to say, while trying to get that blur off the camera. You know what? Give me a sec. I think I know how to change that. I'll kind of like force it on the. Focus, autofocus. There you go. Marco 1, OBS 0. OBS, more like oh bullshit. Am I right? No, it's a really great software. Sorry, OBS. All right, let's decimate at 12 million. See 1.6. Is there enough resolution to bake correctly? Should be fine. I feel like it exploded. My mesh exploded though, because the perspective changed suddenly. Yeah, it did explode because I kind of like selected this to see if like there was anything that was outside of this square, and I did a delete, and the perspective came back. So yes, there was a tiny explosion, if I can call it that. Here, there's like a serious lack of resolution that I didn't really fix. But fudge it. The rest seems fine. So yeah, this mesh is going to be pushing it since it's at 25 million. There's sections that I'm like, maybe I should subdivide this, like this mesh here. So I think I'm kind of like gonna go overboard with this one. Is there anything else I should subdivide? This is kind of half gross, but it's hidden. I'm gonna subdivide this here and dynamish it at 22%. Oh no, is it Bruce from Family Guy? Oh no. Is that what you're referencing? Oh no. I might actually have said that without without knowing. um, Jesus Velasco. Hey Marco. Well, hello to you too. Jimbish, what's your favorite character design that is not made by your studio from any game of the last decade? Oh, that's a tough one. My God. My God, that's a hard question. My favorite design. Wait, what's your favorite character design that is not made by your studio from any game of the last decade? Decade. Oh boy. Wow. Well, you know what? I really freaking love Artorias from Dark Souls. That's one of them. That's one in the list. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I have to think about it. But yeah, Artorias is pretty freaking cool. Let me think about that. Let me think about that. While I check. You know what? Maybe I can get rid of like. Oh, well, it's kind of like hard at this point. No, I think I'm gonna take a chance. I mean, if it crashes, like who cares? I'll just decimate it now. Sorry, I was distracted by something. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna let it save just in case because I don't want to lose this. Okay. 26 million. That should be alright. Really makes me perplex. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm actually gonna split this mesh in two. I know I did the whole like decimation thing, but like I can easily split this mesh like this. So, and it's not like if my character has like so many pieces. So all right. So we have our three pieces here. Did I save the hand already? Yeah, the hand is saved. So this is going to be upper arm. There we go. And this is the working file that I don't need anymore. All right, so we have the leg, skin, torso, hand, forearm, and upper arm. Great. The hand, it at 16 million. The forearm is at 17 million, and the upper arm is at 9 million. All right, let's get producing. All right, duplicate and pre-process current. All right, sorry. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Sandu facetized, yes, it's a lot of poly for a single part. What part do you mean? Is there a lot of competition art-wise between you and Cedric? Who's better at doing something, hard surface, etc.? Does he push you more when you see what he is sculpting? There's no competition, but there is a dynamic where we push each other for sure. Yeah. The hire me. I'm pretty good at doing bodies. Well, kidding, but I'm facing a big problem with modelers that don't know anatomy or are just too lazy to make something that is well crafted, be it anatomy or cloth. You guys think, and guys think just because they work for miniatures, they can make something sloppy. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. Your Elden Frog inspired me to make an armored character. Do you have any tips on where to get really good reference? No, just Google. I always find myself struggling with pieces that I can't see from every angle. Oh, well, I mean, I just fill in with the rest. I just try to get one good image that actually represents what I need, and yeah. Thoughts on Final Fantasy 16? I am not seeing anything, so I don't know. Mine is the Batman for Arkham Knight. The Batman for Arkham Knight. I mean, Arkham Knight. Oh yeah, as in like your favorite character. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I really like the Red Hood from Arkham Knight, or was it like the other one, Arkham Origin? There was like a Red Hood, like all mechanized and stuff. I remember this one. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. And when you will see a collab of you and Cedric in stream. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. More because like he's busy doing a lot of other things, so I'm kind of like taking the front on the stream thing. Oh boy, good thing you don't have to redo stuff. Yep, for sure. Free spoiler on quick save folder. Yeah, they're a little bit of a character I'm working on. I always use some reference from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Very good stuff. Yeah, that can be cool. Rev, so hi, how much time do you try to work on your own project per week? I try to put in about like 2 hours per day. I'd say 2 to 3 hours more if I can. But like normally, like at night, I work like 3 hours, and if I have time during the day between management, I put in more hours. So yeah, I guess that would be it. Pinterest gives a lot of images, helps to create a ref board. Yep, Pinterest is also very good for sure. Yeah, Google and Pinterest are pretty much the two places I'd say. Just give me a sec, everyone. Sorry for the... I'll just estimate that. I got some stuff that's happening I need to take care of. I'll start the decimation for this in the meantime. Okay. Julio, or Julio. So how do you plan to solve the material thing on the final render? ID map. Yeah, the every material is going to be called out with the ID map. When you search an artist, you prefer see a portfolio with own project or fan art. No, well, I mean, I always prefer to see their own project, but if like the artist, you don't feel you're like really good at designing, seeing like a fan art, but really well done, like with the execution really well done, is probably better. But I mean, I personally I can see through, like, let's say like you're not really good at designing, but you're a good 3D artist, and you decide to do your own design. For me, I can see through, like, I can make the differentiation between like the design skills of an artist and the execution as a 3D artist. So for me, it's not a problem. I'd say that, like, if you're feeling not sure about your design skills, you can always just take a fan art and we'll see how good you are at reproducing something that exists, the same way that you'll be probably be asked to do in the industry, since you'll be working from a concept. So yeah, that's my idea of that. The base material and light scene you use for visualization in ZBrush are super clean. Do you create them or found them on ZBrush Matcap Library? The base materials are just the base material like I found in ZBrush actually. Like, the only thing that I did is maybe like play a bit with the diffuse to have more diffuse materials and play with the specularity for higher specularity. And the scene by itself is just a base scene. Like, I didn't do like really anything with that. So yeah, no, that's just it's pretty standard, I'd say. All right, we're gonna be at like 1 hour and 45 minutes. Took me a little bit longer to do the mechanical arm, longer than I expected. So I think once we're gonna be done with the with sorting, with decimating this, I'm just gonna do a last check to see if, like, maybe there is something that needs to be done before that. But technically, the next step would be to do the UVs, which is its own like section. I'm thinking of maybe starting that next week. We're getting there, getting there. A little sip of coffee. Stay awake while decimating. It's those kind of stream that I love when people are asking questions, because there's a lot of dead time. So thanks for participating this week in regards to that. All right. estimate at 4. We're going to probably be around 1.3 again. Don't need to save. 1.3, flush, perfect. I'm going to undo this one because I need to keep my... All right, so this is a little mesh. This is the high res. We can save this as the forearm. I think I did not save the hand file. All right, we're just going to be missing the upper arm. All right. Last one. Last one for the week. Let's do it. Julio. Or you can do a fan art and insert your own ideas into it. Yeah, always. I love doing stuff like this. Recently, I've been working on an Onimusha character design for a personal stuff. And I find myself acting as my own art director every time. That's a good idea. Go for it. Do it. Do it. Geo3D art. To follow up on a question from before then. Do you think if someone lacks a bit of design skills when starting of a 3D portfolio, they should focus on really perfecting their 3D skills by doing other people's concept and later start improving design, or both at the same time? Uh, that's not a long question. Don't worry about that. That's fine. Um, I do know that. Okay, so I'm gonna answer another question that you did not ask first. I believe that there are two things that are separate for sure when practicing, like speed and quality. I find are like things that you should not practice at the same time. I think you should practice quality on one side, give you the time to really study your things and thinking over and try things. And then speed, I believe, is something you practice like in a different time. Like for example, you actually the idea of like practicing speed is to not ask yourself how you can do things better, but you just go through the motion. It's basically like practicing something that you practice to remember and then you practice to execute, or you practice to learn slash remember and then you practice to execute. That's the two ideas. But in terms of the practicing design or 3D skills, um, I feel like you can do both at the same time. But what's going to happen is like if you practice too many things at the same time, sometimes your project might get very long. It might take a long time before you actually produce something, and you might get fatigue. So I would actually just be careful about that. Sometimes it's good to actually just like segment things, and because yeah, you can get fatigue, and it's maybe it'll stop you from actually crossing the finishing line, and that would be sad if it happens. I'm at 1 million right now, so I'll go closer to 1.3. I feel like this mesh might actually have been a little bit too low. 1.3. You know what? Yep, that should be fine. All right, and that's for our upper arm. So right now we have all sections of our character. We have our the skin, we have the leg, we have the torso, we have the hand of the mech, we have the forearm of the mech, and we have the upper arm of the mech. So we've got everything we need. So I'll do a last save just to make sure, and then I'll just join them all in the same file just to show. It's not something that I'll need to do. I could also just like start exporting them already. I just export them in OBG and well, actually, yeah, you see, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I won't export the Highres now, but I'll export the these files. I'll keep them in. Do I keep them in big files? Actually, no, I made a mistake. It's not. This is bake ZBrush. Yeah, that's what I should have called this folder, and then bake files. Leg low. Yeah, I'll just do that for the low ones. Skin low. I'm not in the right folder. Torso low. And low. Forearm low. Upper arm low. And once that I got this, like preloaded, I preloaded max already. Oops. And the importing, I just have to remember, import as single mesh, yes. Import as an editable poly. Do I need to do that now? No, I don't need. Triangulate, don't need that. I do not need the texture coordinates or the smoothing groups. There's none at the moment. One smoothing group, none, import. All right. Import next one, and same things. Hand, leg. I'm not going to duplicate anything yet in terms of like the symmetry of things. But yeah. Like skin. I can already see that there is a problem with like the mesh right there. There's going to be some baking issues. This is something we're gonna. There's a few things you can apply, a few options you can apply in Max to prepare the file in order to not have those baking issues. This will be part of the next stream about like the prep work. It's just I'm mentioning it right now. All right, so this is our guy right now. He kind of looks weird right there. It's like he's missing a leg, but there's one arm holding him up. We're gonna have to duplicate this for sure. I'm gonna put those temporary symmetry stacks modifiers. Oop. Flip. What? Are you really gonna crash? Okay. I hope it's not gonna put this symmetry thing in the. Oh. Gonna have to change the gizmo of the symmetry. Jesus, it's taking time. All right, what the chat is saying. That's a great way to put it. Oh wait, let me just wait. I think I have to go inside of the stack. Or do I? Go in move mode. It's so low. It's still like a very heavy mesh, for sure. Ah, God, it's annoying. I regret doing it. I thought if I clicked on this, it would, or I think I need to go on an individual. Okay, let's try something. Ah, come on, man. It's taking so long. I just want to place the gizmo in the center. There you go. Change the flip. Okay, all right. Let's check what the chat is saying. That's great. So I found that doing others people art was more beneficial in a way that I did for my own design. Maybe the final 3D piece wouldn't come out as great since the design behind wasn't that great to begin with. Sometimes it can be something like this. Yeah. Okay. Why are they? Do I have? Oh, I have two mirrors. Okay. Do I have two mirrors on the legs as well? So yeah, it makes the scene pretty heavy to handle for sure. But there's not going to be much manipulation like this in my process, so don't worry about that. It's mostly like that symmetry stack that's slow, to be honest. Like generally, it's fine. So there's yeah, so there we go. That's what that's our guy. Let's check the stats. Viewport config stat home tree count total and selection. Yeah. So there's a total of like 12 million for the entire character, which is going to be fine. It's going to be okay. We're going to have to take care of like pieces like this here. We're going to add like some stacks to play with the normals. I call them stack. I should call them modifiers. Some areas like anything that was like too like yeah, like these, I'm actually going to try to smooth a bit the look of some of these parts, and it's going to help a lot with the baking by creating some like yeah, just playing with the normals basically. Maybe the smoothing groups. We will check. You see, like all of that, it's not gonna bake well. But there's a way to clean the mesh in Max, and then really easily. And yeah, we're gonna take care of that next stream. So let's save this and let's call it a stream. Boom, render. Let's call it a new folder. It's gonna be low. Mega ghetto 01, save. Actually, no, not 01. Oh yeah, no, let's keep it that way. All right. Cool. Awesome. We're getting there. So, Polygestal. By the way, there is a summer sale on Flip Normal right now. Really good place for every digital artist. Sure. Hey Marco, there's a useful script for importing OBGs and Max in bunch. I can share it on Discord. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Anything you want to share. It's also good. Also is good for exporting. Perfect. Perfectly balanced. I think the symmetry modifier is taking longer because you have both X and Z axis enabled. Yeah, absolutely. That's what happened. I was careless. Cool. All right. Well, there we go. There you have it. It's look. It's so. If anything, it at least shows you like how quickly you can actually have your mesh ready. The low mesh is ready. Well, we still have to do the UVs. There's that. But it shows you like you can spend so much time to do a retopo, and if you're not gonna move your character or anything, it can be time lost. It sucks. So this is the workflow to get your mesh into something like a marmoset. Well, marmoset is not going to work until they fix the UDIMs, but you can actually have this character in Unreal or like Arnold, which I'm going to use with the process I'm using right now. Unreal, sometimes if the character gets too heavy, like when I did my horseman, there was too much. It was like 10 times more complex than this guy, and I actually had problems in Unreal. But for a character like this one, you could put this in Unreal, and it would actually work well as well. As long as it doesn't move, because if he moves now, this is not the process. You need to actually do some tests of animation with proxies first, make sure that like the design works well, and then you actually have to retopo it in a way that's gonna work for animation. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope it was useful for you. And next week, just come on the stream, and I'll show you the sequel, the return. I'll show you the next steps with UVs and baking and whatnot. So. Perfect. Thanks everyone for coming. That's really great. Is there a little trying to think of yeah, there's not really any thing we can raid, so let's just call it a day. Yeah. That could be cool. All right. So thanks for the stream, Marco. No problem. It's my pleasure. So thanks everyone for coming, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.